So yeah, this isn't normally what I usually post on these videos of mine. And fair warning, I will be smoking throughout these videos. There's tobacco in it if that helps. But yeah, I usually I post videos about horror movies or like I have a comedy sketch, but I wanted to do a reaction video because I know that there's a lot of stuff I haven't seen, and having it wouldn't hurt, to post some reaction videos. And I thought, what like a TV series, if I can get up to 3 hours of footage in my phone at a time, I can do a reaction series to some stuff I've never seen. And obviously, the fans of my channel that like the horror stuff, you can recommend movies, but I can tell you there's a 60% chance I've seen whatever you're gonna recommend me. But with I don't want to just stick to horror because that's not all I'm into, and I like sci-fi. And so with Doctor Who, I've never seen literally anything from Doctor Who besides like just snippets. And I was just thinking about like how there's so many of them, like there's so many James Bonds, which I also should do a reaction series on, but I've seen the first two, and the Batmans, which I've seen all of them except the cartoons. But yeah, like just the idea of like the way film and even the sci-fi genre as a whole uh, evolves over a span from 1963 to 89 and then 2005 to now, that to me sounds extremely, extremely interesting. As far as other things I might react to, I did already watch the unaired pilot of the first Invisible Man TV series, but I might try to do the rest of that series if I can, if it's still on whatever it was on, because I love that franchise. But that's beside the point. None of you give a fuck about that. You're clicked on this because it says Doctor Who. So yeah, the Doctor Who's, like I said, I've never seen any of them. Going into this, I'm thinking, all right, 1963 sci-fi. This should be great. Like a lot of people think that people my age, that I was born in 2000. A lot of people think that like we don't give a shit about movies if they're older than the 70s. But I've seen shit from 1890s and shit. Like the eras that I'm the least familiar with are the 40s and 50s, and I've seen, and I would say that I'm embarrassed that how little I've seen from the 30s to the 60s. I mean, obviously I've seen like classics, but obviously I haven't seen all of them because this is the first thing I'm reacting to, and I don't want to keep you waiting that much longer. I will warn you that you're going to hear the audio of what I'm reacting to, but not the exact visuals, because I only have one camera, and I'm watching this on my other phone, which even if I was watching this on the TV, I couldn't record that, Because this phone doesn't have the storage for that shit at all. I'm going to be honest about my opinions, but I can tell you right now, I'm not going to hate it. If this spawned a franchise that lasted this long, I'm going to love at least the first season. So, we'll see how this goes. I'm not going into this thinking, all right, I'm going to watch every episode of this and react to them all. I mean, if I watch every episode of this show, I will react to them all on video. I'll try to. But going into this, I'm going to watch it as long as it's interesting to me. And, if at a certain point I'm like, I don't like this doctor, I'll power through to the next doctor probably, but you'll notice the difference in the videos. But that's what all reaction videos are. And fuck the waiting. I'm going to push play. I don't know shit about this. This is an unaired pilot. Episode 0. So the whole cast could be different in the next episode. So fucking... I'm sure that's iconic for some of you. That's gnarly visuals. You ever get a past life flashback? Because I think I just did. I swear I've never seen this in this lifetime. Hey, sorry about the camera shift, but I got like less than a minute into this before I realized that like I shift my positions in my legs a lot, so just putting the phone there was a dumb idea. And so now I placed the phone in a holder on a box on a stool to like, so I don't have to I don't have to worry about that now. So I'm gonna restart it, but I'm gonna keep in up until the camera fucked up, so you get my first reactions of that stuff. Again, trippy visual, but seeing how it started this time when I looked away, that was even cooler. Oh yeah, no, this is awesome. As far as monetizing, I don't care if you copyright strike me with the money. Just please leave the video up. It's not about. To me, it's more about just people seeing my reactions than about. Yeah. Videos making money, because I can make money on the other videos. I like how. This isn't the same genre, but this is like a 60s sci-fi, but it's black and white, and it's reminding me of like how the lighting is like this. I don't know. And then we've hit where I left off. An unearthly child. Anthony Coburn. So Anthony Coburn's the person that wrote this stuff. Nice hair.
Oh, not gone yet? Obviously not. Ask a silly question. I had a terrible day. I don't know what to make of it. Oh, what's the trouble? Can I help? Oh, it's one of the girls, Susan Foreman. Susan Foreman? She your problem too? Yes. You don't know what to make of her? Nope. How old is she about it? Knows more science than I'll ever know. She's a genius. Is that what she's been doing? Ian, I must talk to someone about this, but I don't want to get the girl into trouble. And I know you're going to tell me I'm imagining things. No.
I like where this is
I told
going.
you how good she is at history. I had a talk with her and told her she ought to specialize. She seemed quite interested until I said I'd be willing to work with her at her home. Then she said that would be absolutely impossible as her grandfather didn't like strangers. He's a doctor, isn't he? It's a bit of a lame excuse.
I see where this is going.
But then, recently, I got so irritated with all her excuses, I decided to see this grandfather of hers and tell him to take some interest in her. Did you indeed? What's the old boy? A wall on one side, houses on the other, and nothing in the middle except this junkyard. And that is number 76 Totters Lane.
I gotta pause this for a second because I really love that camera going over his shoulder and then up to her face. Like, yes, it's not the steadiest shot, but like they didn't have like the machine, like the stuff that we have today to like make sure the camera's not shaking. So I think that was done beautifully. And also I love how they're introducing the character before they're introducing the character and talking about him from the perspective of the normal person before we introduce ourselves to how eccentric and science-y that's going to be, which I can only imagine. So this is, so far, this is great.
It's a bit of a mystery. Well, it must be a simple answer. What? Well, we'll have to find out for ourselves, won't we? Thank you for the we. She's waiting in one of the classrooms. I'm learning her a book on the French Revolution. What's she going to do?
It's alright. I know that was mid-line, but I'm not yawning because I'm not liking this. I'm yawning because I pulled an all-nighter. And I'll probably cut out most of my yawns, but if it's over important stuff, I won't. Which might seem rude, but I did just stay up all night editing another video. So.
Rewrite it. All right. What do we do? Ask her point blank. Selves, won't we? Thank you for the we. She's waiting in one of the classrooms. I'm lending her a book on the French Revolution. What's she going to do? Rewrite it. All right. What do we do? Ask her point blank. No, I thought. Up to you.
I'm feeling like Rick and Morty took a lot from this. Nice theme.
You are surprising, Mr. Chesterton. I wouldn't expect you to know a thing like that. I have an inquiring mind and a very sensitive ear. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Is that the book you're lending me? Yes, right. Thank you. It will be interesting. I'll return it tomorrow. Oh, that's not necessary till you've finished it. I'll have finished it. I'm giving Miss Wright a lift home. I've got room for one more. No, thank you, Mr. Chesterton. I rather like
As if what?
Well, hurry home, Susan, and be careful. The fog's getting thicker.
Oh, it wasn't
See you in the
dangerous.
morning? I expect so.
They're playing up the mystery surrounding the doctor and his family. Like, I know he's the main character, but that's why I wasn't expecting him to be such a mystery at the beginning, you know? Just trying to make an ink blot. Love that. I've done that. Ooh. Wait. Before she does whatever she's gonna do with this ink blot, let's see what I see. Weapons. Oh, now I see faces. Oh, she's drawing over faces.
Can't justify curiosity.
But her homework.
I've seen far worse.
I can justify
The
curiosity.
truth is, we're both curious about Susan. And
You're good enough to know you can justify curiosity.
I thought I was just being a bit. You know how you explain the fact that a 15-year-old girl does not know how many shillings there are in a pound?
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, for those of you that are watching this for the first time with me, which don't do that, but because you're not even watching it, but film cost a lot back then, so I understand why that was kept in, and it wasn't like it doesn't break in character as much as just fuck. I do that when I'm not acting, so.
She said she thought we were on the decimal system.
Decimal system?
The Dewey Decimal System?
Susan, the United States has a decimal system. You know perfectly well that. Yes, of course, the decimal system hasn't started yet.
The other day, I was giving a talk about chemical changes. I'd given out the litmus paper to show cause and effect.
And she knew the answer before you'd started.
Not quite. The answer.
Yes.
Is she the main character? I thought Doctor Who was the main character. I mean, this is the unaired pilot, so anything goes. Fuck. I'm gonna take a bong hit real quick.
Yes, I can see red turns to blue, Mr. Chesterton, but that's because we're dealing with two inactive chemicals. They only act in relation to each other.
But that's the whole point of the experiment, Susan.
Yes, it's a bit obvious, isn't it? Well, I'm not being rude, but couldn't we deal with two active chemicals and get on with something else? I'm sorry. It was just an idea.
She means
Wouldn't
it.
that
These simple experiments
be
are child's
combustible?
play.
You know, it's almost
If
got
not
to the stage
combustible,
where I
like it would definitely do something more extreme than.
Something like that happened a couple of weeks ago. I'd said that. Whatever for? Do the problem that's set, Susan.
I can't, Mr. Chesterton. You can't simply use three of the elements.
Jesus Christ.
Time being dimension.
Too many questions.
Space
and not
between
enough answers.
spaces.
Stupid? Or just doesn't know? So, we have a 15-year-old girl who is absolutely brilliant at some things, excruciatingly bad at others, and, well, just inexplicable to the rest.
Inexplicable.
See her?
You're stalking a 15-year-old girl. I just realized that.
Watched. Or is my imagination working out? Look, she is 15. She might be meeting a boy. Did that occur to you?
I almost hope she is.
You do?
Well, it would be so normal.
Someone texted me they've also never seen this. I sent them a screenshot way through. Sorry about that. The pause I paused it on was really cool. Look at that. Yeah, this screen's fucked up, but yeah, that's cool. This is trespassing. Meow.
Over there.
So far, my favorite part is the score.
Match.
I haven't got one.
Let's talk a little louder while we're invading this person's home.
Susan.
Susan?
Why don't you just knock?
Susan!
fuck is that face there for?
Ian,
God. I started this out saying like, yeah, this isn't usually what I do because I'm usually doing horror or comedy, but this has got some maybe just black and white makes creepy images creepier, but even non horror black and white movies sometimes they have like creepy imagery and shit in it, which is really cool. Like if you haven't seen it, you should watch the Man Who Laughs. It's great. And I believe it's called Suspense from 1914 or 17. But that's the first movie directed by a woman, and it's like one of my favorite silent horror movies. Uh, Back to this. I'm assuming that's the TARDIS.
What's a police box? What on earth?
I thought it was a phone box.
They're always in the street.
Hmm. Sorry.
Feel it. Feel it. You feel it?
it's a
Yes.
faint vibration.
It's plywood.
It's alive.
That might not even be plywood. But I love that it has its own vibe and it's alive.
Look, I've had enough. Let's go and find a policeman.
If you just put copper in the right distance from itself, the energy from the air will be channeled in a way. This is all like Trevor Moore's song. Weird way to connect it, but the guy's my hero. Oh God, life isn't fair. Name. I knew it even before I knew that song too. Nikola Tesla. So yeah, it makes sense to me. Especially with it being like a beacon there to like channel the energy. The doctor. What? Like what? What?
Excuse me. What are you doing here? We're looking.
It's a good question. What?
What do you want? One of our pupils, Susan Foreman, came into this yard. Really? In here? Are you sure?
Yes, we saw her from across the street.
In this light? Quite clearly. Reasonable to suppose that anybody would be inside a cupboard like that? Is it therefore unreasonable to ask you to let us have a look inside? You have no right to be here.
Yeah.
You're hiding. Trespassing.
Yeah.
I suggest you see this young child tomorrow instead of bothering me.
But won't you help us?
What?
We're two of the teachers from the Coal Hill School. We saw her come in and we haven't seen her leave. Naturally, we're worried.
It is no business of mine. I suggest you leave here.
It's a very weird way to go about it. If he is her grandfather, then why doesn't he just say that?
And I don't understand your attitude. Very well. And you're coming with us.
Phew! You're the ones trespassing and stalking a 15-year-old.
Not.
Anymore.
Susan, are you in there?
Unless she just got back.
Mr. Chesterton and Miss Wright, Susan. Don't you think you're being rather high-handed, young man? You thought you saw a young girl enter the yard. You imagined you heard music or her voice. You believe she might be inside
Oh,
there?
the music was from that. That's why it cut off.
But
Like a
why
window.
won't you help us?
I'm not hindering you. You intrude us. I suggest you do what you said you'd do. Go and fetch a policeman. Why do you nip off quietly in the other direction?
I already like the doctor.
Suspicions. More insults. When you try to explain away your behavior to a policeman. Nevertheless, we're going to get one. Come on, Barbara.
What you doing out
Why?
there, Grandfather?
Go back inside and shut the door. Shut the door. Barbara, what are you doing? Young man, come back.
I love 60s music stuff. I mean, I don't know if that's originated in the 60s, because this is early 60s, but I love that.
What are you doing here?
I'm just fucking with my mixing board. What's up?
They're two of my school teachers.
Is that your excuse for this going to that ridiculous school? I warned you.
Grandfather, that is really where you live, Susan. Yes.
And what is wrong with it? It was just a
I'm sorry, I'm sure this was a big deal in the 60s, but I've already
Just a minute.
expected something like this.
I'd just like to.
No trick, young man. You both forced your way into the ship. I did not invite you. I see no reason why I should explain anything. Ship. I use your own outdated terminology for any craft which does not roll along on wheels.
You mean it moves? TARDIS can go anywhere. TARDIS? I don't know what
Anywhere, anywhen, anyhow, and any way.
I made up TARDIS from the emissions. Time and relative dimension in space. Well, I thought you'd both realize when you came inside and saw the different dimensions from outside.
Just let me get this right. A thing that looks like a police box, stuck in a junkyard, can move anywhere in time and space?
Yes.
Excellent!
Don't be ridiculous.
You'll never understand, my child.
Why won't you believe us? We just want you to tell us.
Oh yeah, I can already tell I'm gonna watch all of this.
We're not of this race. We're not
Especially
of
if
this
I'm
earth.
gonna re-recording it, it's gonna make it,
Wanderers
like,
of the fourth dimension,
less of
space and
a
time.
waste of time.
Cut out from our own
Not that I think it would
planet
be.
and our own people. By eons and universes that are
I don't wanna hear what he
fixed in
said.
space and time.
The truth.
You have heard the truth. We're not of this race. We're not of this earth. We are wanderers in the fourth dimensions of space and time. Cut out from our own planet and our own people. By eons and universes that are far beyond the reach of your most advanced sciences.
It's true, every word of it's true. You don't know what you've done. Father, let them go now. Don't you see if they don't believe us, they can't do us any harm.
Not letting them go is an
I
option?
know these Earth people better than you. Their minds
No.
You can't keep us here.
Why do you insist I'm not lying? I'm not lying! I loved your school.
Alright. This is a big moment, but I need a bong hit. I told you this would happen. A parent, and you wanted to watch a reaction of Doctor Who with your kid, and you didn't want weed in it, but I'm not going to change who I am.
Century. The last 5 months have been the happiest of my life. But you are one of us. You look like us. You sound like us. I was born in the 49th century. What?
Oh, now look, Susan.
4,800 years older than I am. And this came out in the 63, and I was born in 2000. I'm loving this. I didn't know Doctor Who was a villain. But I am loving it.
He won't let you go.
You.
Is he like completely different in episode 1? I mean, I'm gonna watch that before I post this probably, but like, yeah, is he completely different in episode 1? Like, because he's a villain here, and he's supposed to be the main character of the whole franchise, and I heard people talking about him like he's like empathetic, or at least like he grows to be or some shit. But like, I mean, I guess the grows to be part makes sense, but I know very little about this franchise, but I thought he was the protagonist in this movie or this episode. He's not. He's the antagonist, and I'm glad I didn't know that going in, because it was a major surprise.
Pushed something when we came in here. It was over here.
Don't fuck with my buttons.
Which is it? Which is the control that opens the door?
You still think this is a trick?
I know that free movement in the fourth dimension of space and time is a scientific dream I didn't expect to find solved in a junkyard.
For your science schoolmaster, not for ours. I tell you, before your ancestors turned the first wheel, the people of my world had reduced movement through the farthest reaches of space to a game for children.
Unless you open that door, let me take Susan and this right out of here. I'll...
Don't threaten me, young man.
Grandfather, he doesn't understand. Let them go now. What if it is true?
But it can't be, I tell you.
This is like a more sophisticated Rick and Morty. I mean, Rick and Morty has some deep themes now and again, but they are really just pulling from movies with most of it. I do love that show, but like, this is better, obviously. Not like, as far as like the potential of the whole, at least the whole first Doctor series, based on one episode. Just because, like, you know, obviously the dick and fart jokes do take it down a bit. Rick and Morty, that is. Ooh. Just wipe their memories.
See how they watch and listen as we talk? Well, you know.
Maybe we've stumbled on something beyond our understanding.
You see the person.
Maybe.
Why did you come here? Why? I want to know!
Yeah, why? What the f... Uh-oh, uh-oh. Not good, not good. The ship connected to him, like, spiritually? It is alive. It doesn't like this. The sounds are disorienting, and they're meant to be. I like the brain of the computer there. That's cool. It's like a rocket or something. That is so cool. At this point, I wish I had 2 cameras for this, but this is the way these are going to be, so sorry. You've seen these, obviously, people watching this. Okay, what is this? Wormhole, nice. Again, just really cool shit that's like, it's like if you were listening to a CD on Xbox 360 in the 60s. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Whole new location. We're in space or some shit. Dude passed out. Well, I want to say this before I forget, but sorry. But I love that they're talking about this. Like, it is cheesy now, but like talking about it as if like they're trying to like make you believe in it. And they're obviously the weirdos stalking the 15-year-old are supposed to be the audience surrogate, introducing us to these crazy characters that are way crazier than I thought they would be. Having them talk like that, it makes sense for the time and it fits, like trying to make us believe that this is possible. I love it. Shit, she passed out too. Ooh, that looks cool. I don't even know if that's sand or snow. I love black and white. No. Obviously, I've heard this iconic music before, and there was like, I didn't know it was this though. I feel like maybe I knew this was that for like a little bit, and then eventually forgot. But at this moment, I didn't remember that. This is the end credits, so. Yeah, no, I think this was a good episode. I mean, I already want to watch the next episode, but I'm gonna first at least stop recording this after I exit out. And then I guess I don't really want to know, but I'm curious. Like, I'm gonna ask a bunch of questions that are rhetorical throughout this series of videos, and don't answer them. But my first rhetorical question is the Doctor in the next episode I'm gonna watch, the pilot that everyone saw, and in the 60s, I feel like the unaired pilot's going to be a bigger deal because, like, I'm sure it took years for people to see it. Some of you might not have even seen this episode, but you've seen every other episode because this is the unaired pilot. That might be a dumb statement, and you've, of course, seen it. Like, I don't know. But, yeah. Oh, God. I don't know. This is This is decent. I like it. I mean, of course, decent's not even a good enough word for it because the whole idea of like going into the TARDIS and then it like being a fucking giant room. And I don't think they even called it that. Yeah, it looked kind of cheap on the outside, but on the inside you could see where that budget went. And I think that difference of the quality of those works perfectly with the bit they're doing there anyway. So I'm not complaining. I mean, that was a lot of money for a fucking pilot. God. Yeah, I already love this. I didn't know that the Doctor's daughter was going to be the main character that's protagonist, and that she has like a yin yang dynamic with the grandfather, like Rick and Morty, where the Doctor seems kind of evil in this episode. Like he's like, we're gonna just lock these people up either in the TARDIS, we're gonna either kill them or we're gonna drop them off in some fucking planet somewhere, and it ends on a cliffhanger, which is weird because this is unaired, which makes me think this next episode is gonna be a remake of this episode. And if it is, sure. But yeah. Also, I feel like I would know this already based on the research I've done. But I'm thinking, is the next guy in the next episode the same guy? I'm assuming it is, because like I said, I did do some research, and I know that the Doctor, that's the first Doctor, is the Doctor until the 66, and this is 63, so I'm assuming they don't swap him out in this episode. But in the Invisible Man series, for instance, the unaired pilot's the only episode I saw, and I know that the actor that's in the actual show is not the same. So that's where this theory is coming from. I'm assuming it's the same actor. Yeah, I don't know. The girl, I don't remember her name at all, but I will get it at some point. The 15-year-old, she what was I gonna say about her? Her acting was off. But then at the end, when you realize that she's not from this time, she's from a totally other planet, then it kind of is evocative of Castiel in that, like, she's not from around here and she doesn't get normal cadence. And I like that on, like, retrospective. I love the way it was filmed, and it had, like, kind of mystery horror vibes to it, which I wasn't expecting. I thought it was just gonna be sci-fi and, like, some drama. But yeah, no, this is interesting. I'm liking this because, like, if what I'm thinking, like what I think about when I think of like Doctor Who, of like the new shit, I don't think about horror vibes at all. So, and maybe that's just because I completely avoided it because I wanted to watch these in order at some point. But yeah, God, I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you think, and you can let me know if you want me to keep doing these, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So yeah. And let me know which Doctor you're the most excited for me to meet or get to know. Because that, I'm sure, is going to be a very broad spectrum, and it'll give me an insight to what I should look forward to the most. And I'm basically, I'm looking forward to all of it. I'm iffy about the tens, but, like, I've heard good things, but, like, that's just my least favorite era of film of the eras that this covers. They totally skipped the 90s, I've realized, which, alright. I think there's a movie from the 90s, though. I don't know, but I'll get there when I get there. This was fun. Alright, until next time, which should probably be soon.